Hello, welcome. It's Carl's Garden Veg here. Really good for you to join me today in this little video that I'm making. As you can see from the title, the video today is basically I'm going to be sowing some seeds, some quick cropping seeds like radish. I'm going to do 2 cell trays, but I'm going to be using 2 different types of compost, and we're going to see just a little bit of a trial to see the results of what can happen regarding peat-free compost and also peat-based compost. So that's what we're going to try and do. I'm going to treat them both the trays in the same way. I'm sieving through the compost on both bags. So I'm going to be using Vitax Q4 as a peat-based, and I've got, what's it called? 2 seconds. I got it. It's called Super Grow. So now the plan is this Super Grow is a organic compost. It says, I think it's from Green Waste looking at it. But what I want to do the trial for is because I've been recommended this as a good compost to use. I've never used it before. I've only put some of it on my beds, basically. You've seen the tour update where I've made a couple of new beds, so I put some of that on it because this 50 litres, 4 bags for £10. For the Q4, it's $6.99 for 1 bag, and there's 56 litres, but you're getting 200 litres out of that. So it'll be interesting to see how this works regarding the process. So I'm going to start sieving out the Q4, show you what's left and the remains of that, and then we'll do the Super Grow and then see where I'm not affiliated with any of these products, by the way. This is just basically a personal trial as to whether a peat-based or a peat-free compost is better regarding sowing seeds. So I'm going to give them the equal chance. Anyway, put it that way. So let's have a little go, is it? Let's get back to it now on the... Yep. Okay, so I'm going to sieve this. Is the... Just finished off the last bit in the bag. Like the Vitax Q4. Down there. So I'm going to sieve this through. Let's see what we got left in here. And we'll do the same with the Super Grow organic compost. And when I plant my radish seeds, I'm going to fill them and multi-sow the radish, and then we'll hopefully within a couple of days should start seeing growth, because they're very, very quick cropping. I tell you what I will say is that just like there's bits of wood. Don't like the look of that. There's a lot of stuff in there just for the handful. So lot of bits of wood and all manner of stuff in the Q4. Quite surprised with that, to be honest. But I knew I've never sieved the Q4 before because I never had to with regards to what I use it for, you know. And I need a bit of more Q4, I think, to be honest. So I'm gonna have to open up another bag. Bear with me. Yeah, there just seems to be quite a bit of fibrous material in there. Lumps of like, it does look like decomposed, but it just looks like fibre. I don't know what that is. It's not wood, but it will probably break down in time, like, but I'm surprised with regards to that, because there's lots of these little lumps, but they do break down to nothing. But the little bits of like fibre, can you see that? You know, you don't want your seedlings in there really, because when you go to separate them, the roots attach themselves to that, then it disturbs the whole thing. Like, and snap, the roots can snap, you know. So it's not the best. But it's nice. It looks lovely when it's sieved. So I'm just gonna give them a gentle push down, get the air out a little bit, and then I should have enough by here now to cover the top. Okay, I'm going to mark this now, Q4. So we're looking at Q4 compost. Just put rad on the back before I start sowing them for that tray there. And I'll do another tray now, the super grow. So I'll just get rid of that, move that out of the way. Right, let's move that there for a second. And now I'm going to use the super grow now, guys, okay? And then we're going to plant some French breakfast radish is what I'm doing. So we'll come to that now in a sec. I'll write the label up for this one as well. If I put super grow, and then rad on the back so we know it's been planted, like that. And the tree, like that. Label. Right. Let's open up this super grow. Well, I will say it'll stink. It's very fibrous material. Very dry. Still quite a lot of wood and all things there, really. Quite a lot of wood in there as well. Actually, it's gone through the sieve. Oh well, see where it goes. Got 2 chances. Okay. It's very dry. Very dry. So I'll just force them down a little bit, like I've done with them all, just to give them a bit of compression. Fill up the bottom of the tree. And just a tad more is going to be needed. Another handful, I would imagine. Sieve through there. That's in. That's it. Right. Put that in there. Okay. So I'm going to water these now. I'm going to water the both of them over here. I've given them a bit of a water. Just leave it soak in for a couple of seconds. Give them another splash. These won't be watered now unless it's really dry, but I can't see it. But these will be planted now with the. There we go. Time to plant them now. Radish. So let's do the Q4 first. And what I'll be doing is multi-sowing these. So I'll just basically make a little tiny indentation. And then I'll put 3 or 4 seeds, maybe 5 seeds in each cell. And we'll see how they compare. And what I will say is that this one doesn't seem to be as soft, if that makes sense. It's quite a hard, woody type compost. I suppose they haven't put no peat with it, so they've got to try and bulk it out, I suppose, in some way or another. There we go. And then, just like I said, so it's French breakfast, radish. These can be picked within 6 weeks from planting. So, because it's a quick crop, it's an ideal crop to do. It's an ideal crop to do it in. So I'm going to just put 3 or 4 seeds. I love French breakfast radish, so we go through a lot of these, to be honest. So sometimes there's like 5 in our one. But I aim for about 3 or 4 if I can, because they do bunch out and they do crop quick, and then I just sow more afterwards then. But I won't put them on any heat. Sorry, I won't. I'll put them both on the heat on the heat hotbed in the other polytunnel, and this will give me an idea, because they both have the same treatment, of which compost is good. But I was very surprised with that more expensive compost, the stuff that was in it. Just put all my seeds back in there, like so. And then all I do is get some verlicamite. Just put a little bit over each of the holes. You could put a bit of compost on the top, but I do like to put a bit of verlicamite on there, because it does give a bit of a protection as well and keeps the moisture in. But it's not a must. Straw there. See the idea anyway. There we go. Okay, put this back. So these two now will go straight onto the hotbed. Alright, so we'll take it across, but then I'll show you. So the hotbed is showing 40 degrees, which is brilliant. So all I'm going to do, just to make sure none of the roots touch this fresh manure underneath, because I don't want them burning. So I'm going to put the trays on top of here now, so we'll do that. So I've got the 2 trays. There, put them in the middle, so they're around about the same distance. And there they are. So all I'm going to do now is just give them a bit of a extra spray water on each of the cells, just to make sure that that verlicamite is touching the seeds and they're all in contact with the compost underneath, if you know what I mean. Stops any air gaps. So give them all a good mixing. Right, so they've had roughly the same treatment. Both have had the same treatment. Let's see how they go. So the next, obviously I'm not going to film now because they're not grown yet, but you'll see in the next section me coming back maybe a week or two later, and then hopefully 2 or 3 weeks later, and we'll go through the growing period on how they look after, you know, they are nearly towards harvesting, so to compare the two composts. Anyway guys, right, see you in a minute. Well, it'll be about a week's time now. Bye. So this is on my hotbed at the moment, guys. You can see there's nothing, don't seem to be germinating in any of these cells. I've checked them all, okay, and that is super grow. But look at this, you come over to the peat compost, and they're all firing. Planted exactly the same time, exactly the same way, sieved compost. One is peat free, the other one is peat based. Peat free, peat based, I tell you. Just again, it just shows, doesn't it, the quality. Right, just a quick update hours, guys. There's definitely more growth at this moment in time on the peat based compost, quality Q4 compost. There we are, let's crack on.